Dixie Night Flight. Commanding attention. Cool Canadian. All this coming up this week on Horses and Courses.
One night, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseder. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
And hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Some very nice races are again run this past weekend, our first full week into the autumn season. The three-year-old picture is now just as puzzling as it was before the weekend started, maybe even more so. As these three-year-olds take turns beating each other, we'll take a look at the big Super Derby a little bit later on in the program. We've got a terrific sprint from Belmont we're going to show you a little bit later on as well. And of course, we'll be making our usual stops at all of the good racing centers from the East Coast out to the West Coast. Let's start in, of course, down in Miami. Kind of a slow weekend at Calder. The Bill Boucher, first running of this stake, it was formerly the Manatee, if I'm not mistaken. Three-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. $50,000 is the guaranteed purse on the Boucher. Phil Saltzman has the call for us.
3/4, 112 and 2. There's going to be a quarter of a mile to go in the Bill Boucher Stakes, and they've got Valid Ensign to catch, leads a lane. Unites Big Red, moves up on the outside now into second position. Frank T looks for room, then toward the far outside, Envy of the Crown comes on. Veal moves to the 8th pole. On the outside, Unites Big Red leads a half lane. Topaz Runner at the rail is right there, then to the outside, Envy of the Crown. Next, it's Frank T. Deep stretch, Topaz Runner at the rail. Unites Big Red on the outside. Here's the wire. Topaz Runner takes the inaugural event of the Bill Boucher Stakes.
Well, here's Topaz Runner. Took the rail with Ibakoya on the irons, always the shortest and safest way home, and gets the neck victory, sent off at 5-1 trainer Louis Oliveras. Unites Big Red, boy, he's an on-the-board horse for certain, just cannot hold off Topaz Runner and has to settle for the place spot there. Frank T will get the show money. Topaz Runner at Calder on Saturday, a mile and a 16th in a minute 46 and 4. Saturday afternoon in Virginia at Colonial Downs, just five went postward in the Bald Eagle Breeders' Cup Stakes. It's a mile and a mile and a quarter is the distance. $100,000 is the added purse. Is Dave Rodman in Virginia with the call.
And they're off in the Bald Eagle Breeders' Cup. Pen 53 broke out of there well. Wickopy's going right out to the front, though. And here comes Double Leaf in between horses. Double Leaf and Wickopy the leaders, and Pen 53 now settles in. In between horses, we have Flashing River, the one widest around that first turn, and Rapier, who's moved up just a little bit, just about 3 lengths from the lead. Around the first turn in the Bald Eagle Breeders' Cup, and Double Leaf is going to be the pace setter here. Double Leaf leading the way, a little more than a length from Wickopy and Flashing River in third. Rapier and Pen 53 now settles in last position, 5 lengths from the front. Racing on up the back stretch at a slow pace. It's going to be Double Leaf who'll try to take them all the way here. Wickopy not letting that leader get away, however, tracking in the second spot. 2 more lengths to Flashing River, and Rapier is racing in fourth, 2.5 more lengths, and Pen 53 is last as the field of 5 moves up the back stretch. On past the 3/4 mark now. Double Leaf having a free run on the front end from Wickopy in second, and Flashing River and Rapier racing second last, 3.5 3.5 lengths from the lead. Pen 53 still far back now around that far turn. There's less than 5/8 of a mile to go. And Double Leaf and Jeffrey Call enjoying themselves out there from Wickopi. And now Wickopi's trying to inch a little closer as they enter the far turn. To the inside is Flashing River, who's racing third there in the red cap, and Rapier and Pen 53. Double Leaf is the leader, Flashing River on the outside, Rapier to the inside, Flashing River and Pen 53. There's 3/8 of a mile left in the race. Let's see what Double Leaf has got left. It's on the outside. Here's the challenge, a challenge from Rapier on the extreme outside, and in between horses is Wickopi as they turn for home here at Colonial Downs. Rapier in the white blinkers. Rapier's made it out to the front from Wickopi. Rapier, Wickopi. Then it's Flashing River third out to the center of the racetrack. Wickopi, Rapier trying to stick with that one. To the inside, Wickopi and Edgar Prado driving through the final furlong. Leads at a length and a half. Rapier giving it a good try to stick with that one. Then to the far outside is Pen 53, who's motoring very late, but too late because Wickopi's got the job done. Pen 53 late for second and Flashing River.
Here's Wickopi, 2-length score, sent off the 3-2 favorite, Edgar Prado in the irons, and gets the 2-length score. Pen 53 with its usual late close. Sometimes it gets there, sometimes it doesn't. It's the board. Flashing River is the show horse. Wickopi, Alan Arwinski trains this runner. Goes the 1.25 at Colonial on Saturday in 2:05.3. Okay, on Sunday afternoon in Virginia, the Damascus Stakes was run. We've got the mile race here, $100,000, the added purse on the race. Sloppy going for the Damascus, a little bit of rain down in the Virginia area on Sunday of this past weekend. Let's take a look. Again, here's Dave Rodman describing the race for us.
And they're off. Good clean start. Run, John, run. And Viv comes out running as well. Whiskey Wisdom on the inside. Here's Wire Me Collect is moving through, and Wire Me Collect takes the initiative, gone out to the front. And Skywatch is moving forward in between horses. Pennant Flag's just 3 lengths off the early pace for Pete's Sake, and Mudra is the trailer. Skywatch on the outside, and Wire Me Collect. They're going a solid, honest pace up here. Length and a half, and Run, John, run. Whiskey Wisdom is in fourth, and Pennant Flag is 3 wide in a good spot in the clear in fifth, and moving up on the outside. For Pete's Sake and Viv about 6 lengths off the lead, and Mudra is the trailer. Skywatch and Wire Me Collect passing the 5-ace pole. They are head-to-head now. Pennant Flag in the clear and gaining on the outside. Pennant Flag making a run on the outside to the third spot. Whiskey Wisdom down inside there in fourth. Run, John, run. Lost a little bit of ground. Viv has 5 lengths to cover. For Pete's Sake, not doing much second last, and Mudra is the trailer now far back. 3.5 furlongs to go. Wire Me Collect trying to survive the duel. Indeed did from Skywatch. Pennant Flag is on the outside. Whiskey Wisdom, Run, John, run on the extreme outside, trying to come back at him, and Viv. They get to the top of the lane now. Pennant Flag on the outside. Pennant Flag got the narrow advantage from Wire Me Collect. Run, John, run. Whiskey Wisdom is next. Then to the far outside is Viv, who's let loose out in the center. Viv storms out to the front, 3/16 to go. And now Whiskey Wisdom's trying to come through in between horses. Wire Me Collect is hanging in very tough. Viv, Wire Me Collect. Whiskey Wisdom trying to split him and show some class. Viv on the outside. Whiskey Wisdom charging through. Whiskey Wisdom, the real thing, 4 for 4. He got it done over Viv.
Well, class indeed, as announcer Rodman calls it right. Wow. Whiskey Wisdom, just his 4th start, as you heard, a winner in each of those starts. He's a 3-year-old by Wild again, trained up in Canada by Roger Atfield, comes down to Virginia and gets the money in a terrifically impressive performance. Robert Landry coming down to do the riding for Roger Atfield. Viv, when you beat this guy, you're beating a hard-knocking horse, as Viv, as we've seen so many times on the program, is always on the board. Wire Me Collect finishing in the 3rd spot. Whiskey Wisdom, a late-blooming 3-year-old, goes the Damascus Mile through the slop in 1:35.3. You're going to keep an eye on that guy. Boy, that was a very, very nice performance. All right, let's go to the Meadowlands and take a look at Friday night, Saturday night action in East Rutherford. The cliffhanger last Friday evening on the grass at a 1:16. It's 100 grander. Dave Johnson gives us the call.
And they're off. That's Warning Glance going for the lead. Then on the outside, the gray Dreams End. Dreams End takes command as Joker scoots through on the inside to be in the second spot. Warning Glance back into the third position, followed by Strike Zone in fourth. Along the rail, Brave Note is fifth. Barricade between horses sixth. Thorny Crown on the outside seventh. Loyal Groom is next as they round the clubhouse turn after a quick first quarter of 21-4. Dean Butler has Dreams End on the front end by a length and 3/4. Stalked by Joker with Herb McCauley in the second spot. Up on the outside, Warning Glance inches up a closer third. Then at the rail, it's Strike Zone racing fourth. Brave Note in the yellow cap is fifth and moving through. On the inside, Thorny Crown is racing sixth, followed by Officious seventh at the rail looking for some racing room. Dixie Bayou is next, and Loyal Groom at the back of the pack. 45-2 for the half. They round the far turn that way with Dreams End in front by a neck as Joker moves to challenge. Along the inside, Strike Zone races third. Here comes Brave Note making a bid on the outside, followed by Warning Glance. Top of the stretch. Dreams End on the inside. Here comes Brave Note on the outside, and Joker between horses with Strike Zone looking for racing room, and down the stretch they come. Joker between horses. Brave Note on the outside. McCauley and Bravo. Dixie Bayou fastest of all with John Velasquez.
Dixie Bayou flying on the outside. A Dixie night flight in New Jersey. Cuts up in time, a neck to the good, beating Brave Note and Joker. A fantastic run up to the wire by all of these guys in the cliffhanger, aptly named, of course. Dixie Bayou, Brave Note, Joker, mile and a 16th, 1:39-2, equaling the course record at the Meadowlands. Another great race. Bobby Barbera training Dixie Bayou, just a New York allowance horse, crosses the river, and now a stakes winner at 5-1. All right, on Saturday evening, we had 2-year-old fillies going postward at the Meadowlands in the Salem County Stakes. It's a mile grass race. $40,000 is the guaranteed purse on the Salem County. Again, Dave Johnson has the call for us.
It's still Dance with the Bride on the inside. Maddie's a winner on the outside. And from the back of the pack, Ship's Mistress is gaining on the extreme outside. Catherine's Girl, and Energo looks for racing room in tight quarters there. Sky Minister. It's still Dance with the Bride on the outside. Catherine's Girl coming on with Wild Missy. A wild finish here. Catherine's Girl on the outside and Wild Missy.
Catherine's Girl, a half-length score. Larry Reynolds on board, sent off at 9-2, gets up with a very wide drive there. Wild Missy, a maiden, finishes second and is still a maiden, so she gets a chance to go back where she belongs now that she's got some black type in her pedigree. Dance with the Bride finishing in the third spot. Catherine's Girl, her mile, Saturday night in East Rutherford, a minute 36 seconds flat. Delaware Park on Saturday afternoon had sprinters going postward, 2-year-old sprinters in the Dover Stakes. 6 furlongs, of course, the distance, 50 thou. The guaranteed purse is Johnny Curran describing it for us.
Half in 45-3, and Medford leads it by 3 lengths now. On the inside, Noble Cat and Southern City between horses. Brushed on, trying to rally on the far outside. A 16th to go, and it's Medford now drawing away by 4 lengths, and Medford will take the Dover. Noble Cat hangs on to second, and on the inside, Carnivorous Habit rallied for third.
Medford sent off at 1-2 with Joe Rocco on board. An easy 4-length winner for the New Farm and Ben Perkins Sr. Noble Cat was second. Carnivorous Habit chasing in the third position. Medford, easy time of it here Saturday in Delaware. Goes the 6 panels in a minute 12 seconds on the button. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out of the break, we've got our action this week, again, from Turfway Park. We've got the Louisiana Downs big weekend, including the Super Derby. We've got action from Bay Meadows. Fairplex closing out their 3-week stand. Of course, Belmont and the Vosburg. Plenty to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
Bringing you 25 years of service. Capital District OTB.
Capital OTB kicks off the first weekend in October with another out-of-state event. This Saturday, October 4th, will be the Grade 3 $150,000 guaranteed Cotillion Handicap from Philadelphia Park. This mile and a 16th contest for 3-year-old fillies will provide win, play, show, exact, and trifecta wagering. The race call and track announcer Keith Jones will be live to all regions, the OTB Television Network, WVKZ Radio, and televised to all Simulcast branch locations. Don't miss the Cotillion Handicap Saturday afternoon, October 4th.
Catch the official Breeders' Cup simulcast live from Hollywood Park Saturday, November 8th. Watch, wager, and be part of the Breeders' Cup excitement when the best thoroughbreds from around the world compete in 7 championship races. Get in on all the Breeders' Cup action at a simulcast outlet in your area, live via satellite, Saturday, November 8th. The official Breeders' Cup simulcast. It's your winning ticket to racing's biggest day.
Saturday in Kentucky, older horses went postward in the Turfway Park Championship Handicap. These runners are going a mile and a furlong. 75 thou is the guaranteed purse. Big favorite here. Old pal of ours, Tejano Run, overcoming yet another minor injury. Back to the races. Let's take a look and watch him go. Here's Mike Battaglia describing it for us.
Down the stretch in Tejano Run is in front. Short Stay is second. Then Buster Block and Thesaurus on the outside. In the final furlong, Tejano Run in front 2.5. Then Short Stay, it's Tejano Run. He wins it by about 2 lengths over Short Stay. Thesaurus third.
Well, not too much of a problem here for Tejano Run. Willie Martinez in the irons. They sent him off at 2-5, of course, and he performs like the 2-5 shot should. Gets the workmanlike length and a half score. Short Stay at very long odds. Put a little bit of a scare into the Kenny McPeak runner and finishes second. Thesaurus gets the show money. Tejano Run, where will he pop up next in the handicap ranks? Goes the mile and a furlong in 1:49 2/5 of a second. All right, at Arlington, the Arlington-Washington Lassie on Saturday afternoon was their feature race. 2-year-old fillies, of course, were going a mile. It's always an important race when you look at the Breeders' Cup juvenile fillies. The purse on the Arlington-Washington Lassie, it's $100,000, so very good race for these juveniles. Let's take a look. Michael Rona in Chicago has the call.
Racing. Arctic Lady away nicely. Silver Maiden gets a clean break and is going through to take the early lead. So Generous prominently positioned. Rattle My Nerves just in behind them on the inside of Barefoot Diana. Then follows Cool Dixie in a tightly bunched field. Arctic Lady, after jumping briskly, drops back last of the 6. But you could throw a handkerchief over them as they join the course proper. Silver Maiden in front by a length. Rattle My Nerves retaining the rail is second. Attended closely by So Generous. Just a length off to Cool Dixie inside Barefoot Diana. And a neck to Arctic Lady travelling deep past the 5/8 pole. Just 5 lengths covering the 6 Lassie candidates. And it's the favourite Silver Maiden leading the way. The other unbeaten filly, So Generous, running second. Then Rattle My Nerves, followed in 4th by Barefoot Diana. Next is Cool Dixie, inside Arctic Lady. They're still jammed up behind Silver Maiden, being rated to a nicety by La Violette. She's a half length in front with 3/8 to go. So Generous second. One to Rattle My Nerves. Arctic Lady going around Barefoot Diana, and Cool Dixie a length and a half last, hugging the rail. Up to the quarter pole they come. Silver Maiden in charge by 1 length from So Generous. Rattle Rattle My Nerves getting through along the inside. Arctic Lady chiming in 4 deep, clear of Barefoot Diana and Cool Dixie past the 3/16. And Silver Maiden now asked for full steam ahead. About a half length to So Generous. Arctic Lady running a huge race on the outside. Looms up level at the 16th pole. Silver Maiden, Arctic Lady battle it out. Silver Maiden responding. Silver Maiden fighting back, and she'll win the Lassie and stay unbeaten.
Silver Maiden, Brian Laviolette in the iron, sent off at 4-5 and doesn't disappoint. She gets the length victory. 4 starts, 4 wins. Very nice. A 2-year-old filly here. Perhaps we'll see her out at Hollywood Park. Arctic Lady and So Generous, they are your place and show gals in the race. But Silver Maiden's Mile, she goes in 1:37 and 2. All right, now down to Bossier City, Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon. The big Super Derby Weekend Festival started off with the Marie P. DeBartolo Oaks on the grass Friday afternoon at 1 mile and a 16th. These are 3-year-old fillies. $125,000 is the guaranteed purse. Take a look with Chris Kudelak describing the action.
And there they go. Beautiful start for all 12. Unforgettable Lady de Grey goes right up to the front. Marcy Gal to her outside. Between those horses, Zupardo Ardo gets away in third. Now from the inside, gaining position, American Dynasty. But it's the Grey Unforgettable Lady just in front. American Dynasty. Those two go right together as they pass the stands for the first time. Zupardo Ardo in third. Marcy Gal up from the outside, moves wide into that turn. Worldly Gal is in fifth, and she's 5 from the front. Saintly Broad is behind her in 6th. Score First wide through the turn in 7th. Y for Life in 8th. Tassa is at the rail. She's in 9th, but she's just 8 from the front. Then it's 3 lengths further back to Score First, followed by Sarah Lane's Oats, and Bold and Peaceful is the last horse. That's the 12 as they turn onto the backstretch. And now the leader is American Dynasty. She has the lead, a short lead though. Unforgettable Lady is right there. Zupardo Ardo third at the rail. There goes Marcy Gal. She's now third. Zupardo Ardo is in 4th. Worldly Gal in 5th. From the outside, Kazai is in 6th. She's just 3 from the front. In behind those horses, Saintly Broad and Wife for Life. Sarah Lane's Oats to the outside. Towards the inside, Score First. And Tassa has just 1 beat. That's Bold and Peaceful. Tassa's got to work her way through traffic, but she only needs to make up 5 to get to the front. It's still American Dynasty, and she leads it now by a full 2 lengths. Worldly Gal in 2nd. Unforgettable Lady 3rd. Zupardo Ardo cuts the corner along the inside. Tassa has a chance to follow her through the inside, and there she goes. Top of the lane, American Dynasty. Worldly Gal. Sarah Lane's Oats, full of run from the outside, comes quickly. Tassa with a seam between horses. Top of the lane. To the outside, Sarah Lane's Oats. American Dynasty, and here comes Tassa. Splitting horses. She goes right up to the front. Tassa onto a hand ride, makes the lead. Now Ronnie Warren uncocks the whip and gives her a pop to keep her going, and Tassa's got it won. Tassa's going to win it, stepping clear from Sarah Lane's Oats and American Dynasty. The Marie P. DeBartolo Oaks goes to Tassa handily.
Tassa, Ronnie Warren Jr. by 4, 6-5 favorite here. Won the Lone Star Oaks at Texas earlier on this season. Trained by Brent Sumja, gets the 4-length score, beating Sarah Lane's Oats and American Dynasty. Tassa, her mile and a 16th, 1:45 even. The Louisiana Downs Handicap on Saturday afternoon. Another grass race at 1 mile and a 16th. Another purse of $125,000 in guaranteed money. And another call from Mr. Kudelak.
Handicap. And there they go. And there goes Western Trader and Burbank right to the front, chasing after them towards the inside, Scott Scoundrel. And then from the outside, Aboriginal Apex, Spirit Bound away with the front group of 5. Green Means Go is in 6th, 6 from the front and taken to the inside. After that, Holly's Chief, followed by Jazz Time Star, who is inside Maristani. Lakeshore Road is second last, and the trailer is Milligan. He's dropped back at least 10 from the front as they go into the turn. They do so 3 abreast. Western Trader skims the rail, and he has Burbank just off of him. Aboriginal Apex trying to run with that front 2, and he's right there in 3rd, just a half a length from the front. Then it's 4 back to Scott Scoundrel, and just to his outside, Spirit Bound. Another gap of 3 back to Green Means Go, who needs to make up 7 or 8. Holly's Chief is 2 behind them. Then Maristani, Jazz Time Star, followed by Lakeshore Road, and Milligan is still well out of it. Down the backstretch, Aboriginal Apex takes his turn on the front end, but Western Trader is right there, and Burbank right there between those horses. That's the front 3. Spirit Bound is closer. He's in 4th. He's 3.5 from the front. Scott Scoundrel to his inside in 5th. 5th. Green Means Go is in 6th. Maristani is right on his heels. Then Holly's Chief, Lakeshore Road, followed by Jazz Time Star. Milligan still last. Aboriginal Apex a neck in front. Then comes Western Trader and Burbank still right there. Spirit Bound in 4th. Scott Scoundrel running a huge race. He's in 5th. Maristani in 6th. Greens Means Go's got a lot of work to do out of the turn and into the stretch. And now the leader is Aboriginal Apex. He's the one to catch. Burbank to his inside. Spirit Bound coming on. Scott Scoundrel in behind him. Maristani trying to get late. Jazz Time Star still out of it. Aboriginal Apex. Scott Scoundrel to his inside. Then Spirit Bound. Green Means Go running on late along with Jazz Time Star. Aboriginal Apex. Green Means Go is up for second, but he won't win it. Aboriginal Apex wins the Louisiana Downs handicap from Green Means Go and Jazz Time Star.
Aboriginal Apex, a length to the good. Pat Johnson in the irons. Cha-ching! Holy moly! $36.20. A big overlay here, trained by Larry Mayo. Gets his 3rd win in a row. Had won the Tri-State Stakes over at Ellis as one of those 3 wins. So quite an overlay. Look who he's beating. The Billy Mott trained Green Means Go, who was 6-5 and just can't come within a length of Aboriginal Apex. Spirit Bound, local horse, gets the show money. Aboriginal Apex is mile and a 16th on the grass Saturday, a minute 43 seconds even. Sunday afternoon, Super Derby 18, the final major 3-year-old race of the 1997 seasons, a mile and a quarter, $500,000 in guaranteed purse monies on the race. We've got Free House in here. We've got Deputy Commander Awesome again. Mr. Grouch steps into the fray. We've also got Precocity and Blazing Sword. Let's take a look. Chris Kudelak lines them up and sends them on their way in Super Derby 18.
Super Derby. And there they go, and Freehouse comes away running. He goes right up to the front to the outside. Deputy Commander towards the inside. Awesome again is right there. Precocity is just off of Freehouse. Mr. Grouch is last towards the inside, but he's just 3 or so from the front as the field moves past the stands. And it's Freehouse and Deputy Commander. Those two go right up to the front. Deputy Commander races past Freehouse, and it's Deputy Commander to lead it by a half a length the first trip under the line. Deputy Commander, Freehouse, and Blazing Sword the front 3. Awesome again, 4th at the rail. He's 4 from the front. Precocity is to his outside. Mr. Grouch will come from last. He's settled back 5 or so from the front as they go to the 7/8 pole. Very controlled pace. Deputy Commander leads at a half. Free House to his inside in second. And right there alongside Blazing Sword. Those are the front 3, and they are right together. Then it's a gap of 2.5 back to Precocity. Awesome again is right there to his inside. And Mr. Grouch now drops back 6 or 7 as they turn onto the backstretch. Deputy Commander takes them along. Free House still there along his inside, and Blazing Sword gets up an even closer 3rd. Now a little speed coming from Awesome again. He's advanced up into 4th. Precocity running alongside of him. Sellers takes Mr. Grouch out to the center of the racetrack. He's still 6 from the front. Positions haven't changed since they went past the stands, but at the half-mile pole, it's Freehouse to stick his head in front. Deputy Commander right alongside. Blazing Sword still 3rd. Awesome again. Smith getting him into position. Precocity is right alongside of him. Mr. Grouch now needs to make up 7. McCarran fights back with Deputy Commander. The jockey races on. Deputy Commander has the lead. Blazing Sword to the outside, and Freehouse is in hot water. He's back into 3rd. Precocity 4th, and Awesome again. Mr. Grouch at 5 from the front. Out of the turn, into the stretch. Blazing Sword gets his nose in front. Deputy Commander along the inside. Precocity coming up. He's now in 3rd. Awesome again in 4th. Freehouse is beaten. Deputy Commander all out. Blazing Sword tries him, but he's now shrugged off. Precocity in 3rd, and as they approach the 16th pole, Deputy Commander will win Super Derby 18. Another step forward in the 3-year-old picture. Deputy Commander from Precocity and Blazing Sword.
Hey, here's Deputy Commander, 3-length score. Commanding? No, demanding attention now in the 3-year-old championship picture. Chris McCarran on board, Deputy Commander, winner of the Travers by a nose here in August, now goes down to Louisiana and gets the Super Derby. Precocity at 60-1, a long shot, outfoots Blazing Sword for the place spot. Blazing Sword finishing in the show position. Mr. Grouch, our state-bred, ran well, but he was in a lot tougher company than the last time he was down there in the Alabama Derby. He'll settle for 4th money. Then we had Awesome again and Freehouse, who faded badly in the stretch. It was discovered upon veterinary examination after the race that he displaced his palate and bled as well, and boy, that'll shut your respiratory system down in a heartbeat. So he has a valid excuse coming out of that one. Deputy Commander, he doesn't need an excuse. He's in the hunt now for the 3-year-old picture. Who do you like? Deputy Commander, Barons, Touch Gold, Silver Charm? It's wide open now, folks, as he goes the 1.25 miles and 2 minutes and 4/5 of a second. Silver Charm, not quite ready to run yet. Touch Gold, what's going on with him? Freehouse, Barons. Boy, oh boy, it's really getting interesting. All right, we'll see how they shake out. We've still got another few months or so to go. Let's take a look at some 2-year-olds now out in the state of Washington in the Joe Gottstein Futurity from Sunday afternoon. 1.16 miles is the distance for these juveniles. The purse is $100 grand. Here's Richard Geller at Emerald Downs with the call.
Racing in the Gottstein, and a nice even break. Sassy J. Lassie goes to the front from Bay Street Blues. I Am Busy is out wide. Going for the lead, though, in the centre is Buddy Ransom. Buddy Ransom has the head in front of Laurel Avenue. The filly on the inside sails up to take the lead, though. A length to Whiz By You, Sassy J. Lassie. Plenty of room for Suns Corona to get up on the inside as they leave the clubhouse turn, because Laurel Avenue went wide, and Suns Corona takes that opportunity and darts to the front. Suns Corona on top for Brice Blanc. Little length. Laurel Avenue second, planted wide. Buddy Ransom around Sassy Joe Lassie. Whiz By You the rail. 4 lengths away, Bay Street Blues. Then My Constant Star, Alley Cat. And I Am Busy is last. 22 and 4 was the opening fraction. And settling in the lead nicely, Suns Corona. And riding confidently too, Brice Blanc has a look around, and it's Frank Gonzalez on Laurel Avenue stepping up the tempo. They move out by 2.5 to Buddy Ransom. Sassy Joe Lassie is fourth. Then Whiz By You, Bay Street Blues, and My Constant Star from I Am Busy and Alley Cat. 46 seconds was the 1/2 mile. And Suns Corona pressed by Laurel Avenue, and they race to the 3 furlongs by 3 lengths. Buddy Ransom is third. Here comes the move from Bay Street Blues around the outside, and My Constant Star improving well on the rail as they go down to the 5/16. Suns Corona and neck to Laurel Avenue. Muscling in, Bay Street Blues 3 wide for Lafitte Pink Eye, and My Constant Star for Danny Sorensen as they come to the lane. Bay Street Blues out wide. Suns Corona the fence, but splitting them. My Constant Star. My Constant Star led. Here's Chelsea Zupan on I Am Busy flashing. I Am Busy after My Constant Star. I Am Busy on the outside, draws level with My Constant Star. At the 16th pole they bump. On the outside, I Am Busy. The rail, My Constant Star. I Am Busy. My Constant Star to the wire, and My Constant Star might have just snuck in from I Am Busy.
Well, 2-year-olds showing their greenness here. My Constant Star and I Am Busy. A little bump and run here and zigzagging all over the place. Stewards looked at it and let the two stand as they finished there, just nostrils apart. It was My Constant Star who gets the win. Danny Sorensen in the irons. I Am Busy finishing in the second spot, and for all intents and purposes probably thinks he won the race. Bay Street Blues gets the show money. Dave Dutrick, the trainer of My Constant Star, 1.16 miles in 1:43 and 2. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come out of the break, action from Fairplex Park as they wrapped things up over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday races for you. And then take a look at Belmont's action, the 3-year-olds in the Marathon Lawrence Realization, and last Saturday's good sprint, the Vosburg. Races to come. Don't go away. Be right back after these messages.
Celebrating 25 years of service. This is the OTB Television Network.
There is a championship sporting event in New York in October. New York Showcase Day, Sunday, October 12th at Belmont Park. 7 races for registered New York breds with total purses of $1 million.
New York Showcase Day is New York's version of the Breeders' Cup.
You'll see top horses like 2-year-old Mellow Roll.
My colt that we paid $67,000 for is now getting us back over $160,000 in less than 4 months' time. So, that tells you right there what you can do with a New York bred.
Stalwart member won the General MacArthur Handicap, and he will return on New York Showcase Day.
Because it's fun. It's like any big day of racing in New York.
So be at Belmont Showcase Day, Sunday, October 12th. New York breds, they start with an advantage.
On Saturday afternoon in Northern California, Bay Meadows, very good race, the William P. Kine handicap for the older horses at 9 panels. It's $100,000. Paul Allen's got the call of a terrific horse race. Let's take a look.
They're racing. Arrivederci Baby puts the gray face in front early. Skip a Stream's looking for the lead. Mr. Fire Eyes has speed, and so does Rifanato Tom. Those three line up on a fast early pace. La Soberbia takes back to 5th, 5, 6 off with Lickitil Hill, and Prepo trails. Mr. Fire Eyes leads the run into the first turn from Skip a Stream. Rifanato Tom lets those 2 long shots go off on that fast early pace. The favorite Rifanato Tom settles in 3rd, 4 lengths off. Then it's another 3 to Arrivederci Baby and Lickitil Hill. La Soberbia, second last, beating Prepo. The Kine field is separated by 13 up the Bay Meadows backstretch. Mr. Fire Eyes leads it by a neck. Outside of him is Skip a Stream. Now it's 3 back to Rifanato Tom. Another 3 to Arrivederci Baby. Lickitil Hill shoved along a bit with about a half mile to go. Then it's La Soberbia and Prepo with about a half mile to go. Mr. Fire Eyes leads it by 3 parts of a length. Skip a Stream right next to him, still held together well. Rifanato Tom has the pink cap 3 lengths off. Then it's Lickitil Hill and Arrivederci Baby. Arrivederci Baby is now beginning to cut with 3/8 to go. La Soberbia second last, beating Prepo. 5/16 to go, and up goes Skip a Stream to put the nose in front. But here come charges from everywhere. Rifanato Tom in the pink sleeves. Mr. Fire Eyes is finished. Lickitil Hill on the outside. Then it's Arrivederci Baby, and the Chilean Prepo is running on brilliantly. Rifanato Tom tackles Skip a Stream. Skip a Stream is game. Rifanato Tom to his outside. Prepo has the white blinkers in 3rd. The Argentine champion, Rifanato Tom, takes the lead. After that is Skip a Stream and Prepo. Rifanato Tom, Skip a Stream, close. Prepo right there also.
Prepo, a next score. Alex Solis in the irons for Ron McAnally. Again, we see one flying on the outside coming on to win the race. Skip a Stream and Rifanato Tom, 2nd and 3rd. Prepo, another McAnally Argentine import, goes the mile and a furlong at Bay Meadows Saturday in 1:46.1. All right, we'll start off the Fairplex closing weekend going back to last Friday. Fillies and mares in the Las Madrinas handicap. They're at 8.5 panels around the bull ring there in Pomona. It's $100,000 guaranteed money. Here's Trevor giving us the call.
Field for the Las Madrinas, sent on their way. They all came out evenly. Guthrie in the white colours won from the rail. Isa Bonbon on the far side. And there goes Buckaroo Zoo in the black colours between them at the rail. Our Golden Promise. Those 4 go quickly early. They've opened up 3. Not a Gold Breaker settled down in 5th. British Bauble in the pink colours inside of that. And Christopher Street is last, 7 off them. Coming to the top of the stretch first time round, and Isa Bonbon sprinting away, going about as quick as she could for the distance. Isa Bonbon opens up by 3. Guthrie in the white colours is second. Then it's another 2.5 back to Our Golden Promise. Buckaroo Zoo's decided they're going too fast. She's content to drop back 4, 7 off the leaders. Then British Bauble, Not a Gold Break, and Christopher Cross. 5/8 left to go, and Isa Bonbon slows them down a little now. Guthrie's tracking her in second. Then it's 3.5 lengths back to Our Golden Promise in 3rd. Buckaroo Zoo's on the outside. Down at the rail, British Bauble. Christopher Street between horses. That trio is 4 lengths off the leaders. And it's another 3 back to Not a Gold Break. Down the backstretch they go in the Las Madrinas, and Isa Bonbon leads a length and a half to Guthrie. Christopher Street getting up 3rd, Our Golden Promise 4th. Then British Bauble. Buckaroo Zoo's not going on. Buckaroo Zoo is dropping right out. Almost looks like she might be being eased out of it. Not a Gold Breaker's last, 10 off the leaders. A 1/4 mile to go, and Isa Bonbon tries to go on. Christopher Street now looms dangerous second. Guthrie is 3rd. These 3 have it to themselves. Isa Bonbon and tough. She's finding more on the lead. Isa Bonbon going on. In second, it's Christopher Street, but Isa Bonbon keeps on finding through the lane. Isa Bonbon and Joy Scott coming home to win the Las Madrinas impressively by just over 2. Christopher Street second. Guthrie was third.
Isa Bonbon, Joy Scott in the irons, 2-length score in the Las Madrinas. Hey, this gal was third in the Pico earlier at Fairplex at 6.5, and as we're going to see, when you're at this little bull ring and you go around these turns and route races, the sprinters love that because it seems that they can stretch out from the sprint distances to the route distances, and here's a case in point with Isa Bonbon getting the win, and 11-1, ding, $25.20. Christopher Street was second. Guthrie finished in the third spot. Isa Bonbon, Louis Senecola trains this gal, goes to mile 16 in 1:45 and 3. 3-year-old Saturday at Fairplex in this year's running of the Pomona Derby. We're going a mile and a furlong. It's $100,000 for these sophomores. Again, here's Trevor describing the action.
Field for the Pomona Derby sent on their way to a perfect beginning. General Royal in the white blinkers shows speed. Sir Nibbles is getting up second. High Gun Rider from the outside gate right there third, and Pete the Greek coming through at the rail to join them. Then we come back to Jailbreak racing in fifth. Mail It in the white colours, 3 lengths off them. The pace is fast early. On the outside is Steel Ruler, 4 lengths off these leaders, and another 4 back to Magnificent Marks. Coming to the top of the stretch first time round, and High Gun Rider sets a good pace. General Royal in the white blinkers at the rail. High Gun Rider went a little wide, and that allows Sir Nibbles to go between them, and Sir Nibbles now right up alongside of them. Pete the Greek had joined fourth. Mail It in the white cap. Here's Steel Ruler in the orange, having to go wide, but only 2 lengths off the leaders now. Then back to Jailbreak, who's second last, and Magnificent Marks. It's a bunch derby field. 5 lengths would cover them all. They head to the half-mile pole, and Sir Nibbles scrapes the paint just in front of High Gun Rider. Steel Ruler right alongside, 3 in a line with a half-mile to go. General Royal is racing in fourth. Mail It fifth, only 2 lengths off the leaders. Pete the Greek sixth, then Jailbreak and Magnificent Marks. 3/8 to go in the Pomona Derby, and suddenly General Royal bursts away, and General Royal in the white blinkers now opens up and kicks on for home. On the outside, Steel Ruler goes after him. High Gun Rider can find no more. Mail It is 5 off them, and then Pete the Greek coming to the top of the lane. Steel Ruler, a big run. General Royal can keep him off, then High Gun Rider, Pete the Greek homeward bound in the Derby, and Steel Ruler's striding away from them, and it's Steel Ruler and Victor Espinosa well on their way to an easy win in the Pomona Derby. They'd need to sprout wings to get Steel Ruler. He's won by a distance. Pete the Greek is second. General Royal finished third.
Hey, Steel Ruler much too good for these horses. Victor Espinosa on board, sent off at 3-2, and just cruises around the bull ring there to get the 6-length score. Pete the Greek got up for second. General Royal is your show finisher. Steel Ruler's mile and a furlong, 1:50 and 2. 2 stake races at Fairplex on Sunday. First up, we've got sprinters in the Governor's Cup handicap. They're going 6.5 panels for a $50,000 guaranteed purse. Again, Trevor describes it for us.
And away they go. Seemed to come out well. Weekend Playboy with a white face showing good speed. Down at the rail we have Windover going up to join him. Mexphone is in third. Along the inside comes Argo Led, and the last spell having to be ridden along to stay up there. Then we come back to Meadow Mischief, who's back 6 lengths off them, and Native Desert went from the outside gate down to the rail, is racing last but not far behind. They head to the half mile in the Governor's Cup, and Windover is the leader. Weekend Playboy up alongside, and Mexphone is a close-up third. The last spell on the outside of Argo Led, they're rejoined fourth. Native Desert has now moved up to be 6, 4.5 off the leaders, and Meadow Mischief is last. Past the 3/8 they go. Weekend Playboy the leader to Mexphone. Windover at the rail. Now Argo Led moving in smartly, and Argo Led now looms the danger. Gets up second, has to catch Weekend Playboy, and Native Desert is starting to run on. 1 from the rail. Coming to the top of the lane. Weekend Playboy the leader. Argo Led second, and Native Desert on the outside. Windover trying to hang tough up down at the rail. They homeward bound, and Weekend Playboys trying to dig deep, but Native Desert's flying at him on the outside. Argo Lid not going on, but Native Desert is, and Native Desert hits the front with 50 to go. Native Desert and Rene Douglas drawing clear in the Governor's Cup. Weekend Playboy second, Argo Lid was third.
Native Desert, 2-length score here. Rainey Douglas in the irons, sent off as the 7-5 favorite, and why not? This Golden Eagle standard bearer just won the Aprisa earlier on in the Fairplex meet, comes right back again to get his second in a row. Weekend Playboy and Argolid will be the place and show runners. Native Desert goes his 6.5 finals in a minute, 16 seconds flat. And the final stake race of the Fairplex season for the 97 meeting is the Ralph M. Hines Pomona Invitational Handicap for our older horses. Again, they're going 9 panels. It's 100 grander. Trevor Denman has the call, of course.
Heel for the Ralph Hines Pomona Invitational, sent off to a good beginning. Score Quickest into stride. King Chilumbo coming through to race in second, and down at the rail is Private Song. Region in the gold colours settles down fourth, 4 lengths off the leaders. They go a good pace for the distance, and Awesome Days content to trail early. Into the first turn, first time round, and Score Quick as the leader, just over a length. King Chilumbo in just a little tight here and drop back, and now suddenly Awesome Days goes from last all the way up to second. He's tugging his way along as Awesome Days. Private Song is now back second last, and Region has dropped back last. 6 lengths would cover them all. Turning into the stretch first time round, and Score Quick still at a decent pace. Awesome Days has run up on the outside at King Chilumbo. They're a joint second. Then we come back to Private Song, and Region has 6 to make up. 5/8 to go, and still Matt Garcia and Score Quick taking them along by a length and a half. King Chilumbo is racing on the inside of Awesome Days. They're a joint second. Private Song is in fourth, 5 off the leader, and Region now been asked to pick it up, running up on his outside. They swing on to the backstretch, less than a half mile to go now, and Score Quick continues to lead it. Awesome Days second. King Chilumbo's thrown in the towel. Region and Private Song are both beginning to move up from behind. They come into the 5/16. It's still Score Quick the leader. Awesome Days have to go after him. A Region in the gold colours on the outside, and Private Song, any one of 4 can win it. Coming to the top of the lane, and Score Quick is hanging on. Here comes Region with his run now, and Region in the gold colours comes to take on Score Quick. Private Song third. Suddenly Awesome Days dropped out of it. Homeward bound in the Ralph Hines, and it's Score Quick finding more. Region can't get Score Quick. Score Quick in front, a length and 3/4, and it's going to be Score Quick and Matt Garcia to win the Ralph Hines from Region. Private Song was third.
Score Quick. Mel Studi, this horse loves Pomona. Mel knows he's a sprinter, but again we see sprinters love to stretch out around those sharp little turns. Score Quick is one of them, and he gets a length victory in the Hines Invitational and sent off at 2-1. You know Mel was down on Score Quick. Region 2 seconds, one in the Afflebar and one in the Hines, as he gets some good purse money in these stake races there. Private Song finishing in the 3rd spot. Score Quick goes the mile and a furlong in a minute, 50 seconds flat. All right, back to Belmont. Saturday afternoon, a tremendous sprint race here. The Vosburg Handicap, 7/8 of a mile. $250,000 guaranteed purse on the race. Let's take a look. Full field here. Tom has the call for us.
They're off. And Taylor the Cat is the first away from the gate. Diligence will try to stay with them early, and Kelly Kipp down inside. And there goes Kid Katabatic to the lead. Kid Katabatic in front early. Taylor the Cat right there. Victor Cooley involved in the early mix. He's 3 wide. Kelly Kipp secures his position down toward the rail. Diligence 5 wide as the 5 of them move up the backstretch. Northern Fleet not far behind. He's 5th toward the inside. Partners Hero 6th. Scora Birdie is 7th. Then it's Cold Execution 8th. Followed by Basquian, Ella Jude on the outside, and Circle of Light. 22 and 4 for the first quarter. They're rounding the far turn, and Kelly Kipp has come through on the inside to take the lead. It is Kelly Kipp in front. Kid Catabatic running second. Victor Cooley is third. Diligence is putting in his run on the outside. Score a Birdie is coming 5 or 6 wide. Partners Hero right there. Tail of the Cat is in behind a wall of horses as the field turns for home. 5 abreast into the stretch here of the Vosburg. Victor Cooley's coming on through in between horses. Kelly Kip down toward the inside. There's a seam for Tail of the Cat. Julie Crone trying to send him on through. Partners Hero, Score a Birdie coming hard on the outside. It's Victor Cooley in front. Score a Birdie. Partners Hero. Tail of the Cat at the rail. Victor Cooley coming down to the finish, and it is Victor Cooley to win today. Victor Cooley, the winner of the Vosburg by a length and a half.
Well, after 5 seconds in a row in all kinds of stakes, Victor Cooley, the cool Canadian, gets the victory. Georgie Chavez in the irons by a length and a half. Hey, this guy has been at Churchill, at Arlington. We saw him at Saratoga. Mark Frosted trains him up at Woodbine and just puts him on a van, and wherever he goes, he runs his race, and he finally gets the win here. Score a Birdie comes on for second, and Tail of the Cat, the good 3-year-old who was sent off at even money, a little bit of traffic problems at the top of the stretch, but Julie found the seam and put Tail of a Cat into the drive and just couldn't get by to Victor Cooley, and Score a Birdie came on the outside and got the best of Tail of the Cat by a little bit in the final few jumps. But nonetheless, a very nice 3-year-old. Probably see all of these guys in Hollywood in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Victor Cooley going the 7 panels in a minute, 22 seconds even. And on Sunday, our final race on the program this week, 3-year-olds on the grass in the Marathon Lawrence Realization Handicap. 1.5 miles the distance. The purse here is $100,000 in added monies. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. Manila Magic and Belgravia. Manila Magic to the early lead. Jorge Chavez sending Belgravia. It's Belgravia and Manila Magic, and those two are matching strides with a long way to go. It's a break of 3 lengths back to Casey Tibbs, who sits back in 3rd position. To his inside, Olympic Majesty is running in 4th. Then it's Irish Challenge in 5th. Daylight Savings caught 3 wide going into the first turn, 6th. Renewed back in 7th, followed by Devonwood Double L. And Panama City is the last of them all as they move into the first turn. The opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat. Now it's Manila Magic who shakes clear from Belgravia. Manila Magic is the leader, and Robert Colton settling him down on the lead now. He's settled into a rhythmic beat. Belgravia has conceded the lead to him. On the outside, Casey Tibbs running along in 3rd. And now as they make their way into the backstretch, after an opening half that went in 49 and 1/5 seconds, here comes Belgravia to the neck of Manila Magic and backing off once again. Manila Magic 3/4 of a length. Belgravia running in 2nd. Casey Tibbs is 3rd. Irish Silence in the clear on the outside 4th. Olympic Majesty ground saving in 5th. Then it's Devonwood in and among horses 6th and close to the pace. Renewed is 7th. Daylight Savings unhurried in 8th. Panama City lingering near the back with Double L. They run 3/4 and 1:14 flat. 5 furlongs out. Manila Magic still in front. Now Belgravia turning up the pressure as they race for the half-mile pole. Casey Tibbs is running 3rd on the outside, and Olympic Majesty has enjoyed a perfect trip so far. And then it's Devonwood in between horses. Irish Silence still 5 from the front. Renewed, Daylight Savings now coming under a ride. Panama City now starting to find his best stride, but he'll have to find some running room. Double L in the meantime is passing horses on the outside. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Belgravia, Manila Magic. It's Belgravia getting a short lead on the outside. Manila Magic down inside running in 2nd. Casey Tibbs swings into action on the outside. Then it's Renewed who's coming up the fence. Olympic Majesty is in behind horses. Far outside, Double L. And moving late is Panama City. They're in the final furlong now. Here comes Renewed driving up on the inside. On the far outside, Devonwood is flying. In between horses, Belgravia trying to hang tough. Olympic Majesty, a flying finish here. And it is Renewed. Renewed gets there in a huge upset.
A $35,000 claim by Carlos Martin is now a Lawrence Realization Stakes winner. Renewed head victory. Filiberto Leon in the irons, beating James Bond Devonwood. Belgravia gets up for the show money. Renewed last ran for 70 thou claimers and won that one, and now gets his second in a row and a stakes win to boot. Going the mile and a half in 2 minutes, 27 1/5 seconds. Okay, that takes care of all of the replay action for this week. Now let's get into our notes department and check out what's coming up this weekend around the country. It's Festival of the Sun weekend down at Calder as we continue on with our Florida Stallion Progeny Series. The colts and fillies, of course, they're up to 1 1/16 in distance now. The My Dear Girl for the gals in the In Reality division for the boys. We also have the Flying Pigeon, the Calder Breeders' Cup, and the Princess Rooney Sprint for fillies and mares, $250,000 in that one. So a very nice weekend of racing coming up at Calder on Saturday. Over at the Meadowlands, the Boiling Springs Handicap on the grass for the 3-year-old fillies will be run. We'll take a look at the races from Colonial Downs. They've got the Montpelier and the All Along Stakes. We've got the Mario Benito at Penn National, a good stake race. And at Philadelphia Park, our OTB out-of-state special event race this week is the Cotillion from the Ben Salem Oval. It's a filly and mare race, a grade 3 variety. They're going 1 1/16 and the $150,000 guaranteed purse on the race. We offer win, play, show, exacta, and trifecta, but always check those bet types because, as you well know, they do change very later on in the week. 420 is the advertised post on the Cotillion. Out in Chicago, we had the Arlington Washington Lassie last week. We got the Arlington Washington Futurity for the 2-year-old colts this week. Also, Keeneland opens their fall run. We've got the QE2 turf race for the fillies and mares, and we've got the Keeneland Breeders' Cup Mile handicap for the older horses. That, of course, a Breeders' Cup race, as is the QE2. Out at Santa Anita, the Oak Tree meeting got underway Wednesday afternoon. Stakes this weekend at Oak Tree, the Henry P. Russell, the Las Palmas. Up at Bay Meadows, we've got the California Sprint Championship. Down in New York, fillies and mares in the Flower Bowl on the grass. That's always a very good race. And then on Sunday, 2-year-olds in the Garden City Stakes and the Staten Island Stakes, both races on the lawn for the 2-year-old colts and fillies. Now that's a look at this week's lineup. And don't forget, this is Arc de Triomphe weekend over in Longchamps in Paris. So we'll be taking a look at the Arc on our program next week as well. Pilsudski, Singspiel, Alicio, Schindler's List, quite a lineup of our foreign turf runners, and many of them, of course, use that race as a springboard to the Breeders' Cup Turf Race or the Breeders' Cup Classic, for that matter, as well. So we'll be reporting on the Arc de Triomphe from Paris on the program next week as well. So that just about puts a cap on things for this week. Thanks for tuning in. As always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfesita here. So long, everybody. Enjoy those weekend stakes.